My expectation for this year was that fair value, which post halving was going to be in the, you know, 80,000-ish range, somewhere like that, would continue to accrete all the way to somewhere around 100K by where we are today. So to me, fair value is right around that six-digit level. I figured we would blow through that six-digit number, and then the humans would come in and they'd start to lever up, and we'd see a parabolic move probably to 120, maybe even 150. Then the question is, do we get the passage of the strategic Bitcoin reserve? Could that push us well past that 150K range? It's certainly possible.
At the beginning of the year, before the much-anticipated 2024 Bitcoin halving, renowned hedge fund manager and founder of Morgan Creek Capital Mark Yusko gave bullish predictions for the world's largest cryptocurrency by market cap, estimating that the cryptocurrency would move from around $50,000 to $100,000 per coin sometime after the halving. He also predicted that the rally would continue until mid-2025, when he expects the cryptocurrency to be trading above $150,000 per coin. This has been Yusko's established timeline and price prediction for the 2024 and 2025 bull market since at least early 2023. Unlike other prominent crypto investors with higher price targets, Yusko remained super conservative despite the approval and immense success of BlackRock's IBIT and other spot Bitcoin ETFs. However, recent events have made Yusko even more bullish on Bitcoin, and he is now speculating that prices might go higher than his previous estimate in 2025. His new super bullish stance stems from speculations that U.S. President-elect Donald Trump will fulfill his campaign promise and establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve for the United States during his second term. Trump first announced plans to allocate a portion of the U.S. Treasury's reserves to Bitcoin while speaking in Nashville before the November elections. According to reports, the U.S. Treasury will allocate 2% of its reserves to Bitcoin, aiming to diversify the nation's asset portfolio. To avoid market disruptions, the Bitcoin purchases will occur over a 24-month period, ensuring a stable and strategic accumulation process. In a recent interview with Cointelegraph, Yusko explains that if these proposals are enforced, Bitcoin prices will skyrocket wildly in 2025, as the initiative will solidify Bitcoin's legitimacy and foster global institutional adoption, potentially stabilizing its price over time. We will bring you clips from Yusko's interview as he makes tremendously bullish predictions for Bitcoin. Please watch, share, and like this video. Also, ensure you subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks, and enjoy the video.
I am still a believer that the 4-year cycle exists. I know there are some now saying that, because of Trump and because of the Bitcoin strategic reserve, and, there's going to be this massive movement toward accumulating Bitcoin and the 4-year cycle is going to go out the window. I'm going to bet that humans are going to human. My expectation for this year was that fair value, which post halving was going to be in the, 80,000-ish range, somewhere like that, would continue to accrete all the way to somewhere around 100K by where we are today. So to me, fair value is right around that six-digit level. I figured we would blow through that six-digit number, and then the humans would come in and they'd start to lever up, and we'd see a parabolic move probably to 120, maybe even 150. This time in 25, it'll be April-ish, and that would kind of make sense, a year after the halving. So at that point, we'd hit that ebullient level. Then the question is, do we get the passage of the strategic Bitcoin reserve? Do we get, Tom Lee was on CNBC talking about this, saying that, the exchanges don't have enough Bitcoin on their platforms and people are going to be scrambling for it. Certainly possible. Could that push us well past that 150K range? It's certainly possible. If you think about a bell curve distribution, to me, the most likely is we get to fair value, we go to call it 50% premium above fair value. So that's in that 150 range. And then, unfortunately, we have another bear market starting mid-year 2025, and we enter crypto winter again. Now, those who think that crypto winter is never going to come again, I'm pretty skeptical of that, personally. I ask people this all the time. Look at parabolic charts. Show me one. And all I want to see is one. No one's ever been able to show me one. Show me a parabolic chart that goes parabolic and then goes flat. A new higher plateau. None of them do that, right? They go parabolic and they keep going parabolic and then eventually they go down.
So your outlook seemed to me quite realistic if compared to the one we heard from Samson Mao, who came on our show lately. He was saying that he expects Bitcoin to reach $1 million next year. What can you say about that prediction?
I think Samson's a great thinker on this. And I mean, but let's just do some math, right? Now, the challenge I have with that is a $20 trillion market cap. So we just hit 2 trillion, or we're just under 2 trillion. A 10x from here means $20 trillion. Well, $20 trillion, what has to happen for this asset to be worth 20 trillion? So people have said it's digital gold, right? Well, all of the gold in the world above ground is like $12 trillion. Well, only half of that counts because half of it is jewelry and chalices and gold leaf and gold bars. That really doesn't count. Well, the gold bars do because they're part of the monetary base. The monetary value of gold is about 6 trillion. So we're a third of the way there already. So the idea that the monetary base, if Bitcoin is digital gold and it needs to replace the base layer of gold in central banks around the world, 6-ish trillion is plenty. Now, you say, but that's not all going to be owned by central banks because there's individual holders. Those central banks have got to buy it from somebody. And those, sellers, people say, well, I'm never going to sell. Okay, but someone's got to sell for someone to buy. That's the way markets work. They can't make more out of thin air like fiat currency. So in that environment, Samson's point is interesting because if I'm a central bank and I say I have to buy 200,000 coins and Tom Lee says there's no one to sell it to me, well, then I got to keep bidding the price up. So could you see a parabolic move? Sure. But the problem I see with that is if the monetary aggregate base has to increase so much in order to displace gold, what does that do to overall prices of everything?
Jan 3 CEO Samson Mao has been insisting on his super bullish $1 million prediction for Bitcoin by 2025 for several months. He doubled down on this prediction when Bitcoin first hit $100,000 for the first time earlier this month. According to the Jan 3 CEO, whose firm works with nation-states to speed up Bitcoin adoption and hyper-Bitcoinization, the move to 100,000 brings us much closer to the Omega candle, which he believes will begin a tidal wave that will redefine Bitcoin's value and take it to $1 million per coin. While many agree that one Bitcoin will someday be worth millions of dollars, hardly anyone shares Mao's optimism that we will hit 7 digits in 2025. However, PlanB, a popular anonymous Bitcoin analyst, does. The quant analyst believes Bitcoin could soar as high as $150,000 before the end of the year and then begin a much more bullish, face-melting rally in 2025. PlanB's analysis shows that this rally could take Bitcoin anywhere between $250,000 and $1 million before the cycle ends. The former institutional investor discusses his predictions for Bitcoin in a recent interview with Scott Melker. Here are some clips from the discussion.
I think last time we spoke, we already said, well, this is a bear market. For sure, there will be a bull market again. Maybe, or probably there will be ranges like 100K, 1 million. That's a wide range, obviously, but I still think that range is, we can narrow it down a little bit. I've done that before on Twitter. So I'm thinking 250, 1 million is where I expect it to be on average, right? That's not the all-time high or anything. That's the next level. Bitcoin will rotate to, with all the action we see on the MicroStrategy, treasury kind of things, and with Trump and National Reserve talks, big investors, ETFs. Yeah, to be honest, I would be surprised if we're not ending somewhere near 250, 1 million. If we really go to, say, 500K Bitcoin, that would be a 10 trillion market cap, up from today's 2 trillion market cap. So that needs some capital, some flowing from either real estate or stocks or bonds or gold towards Bitcoin. And yeah, I think that's what we're seeing right now. Bitcoin should be in a well-balanced portfolio. It has a place in a well-balanced institutional portfolio. That was unheard of a couple of years ago. Right now, it's I mean, the BlackRocks and the Fidelities are talking about it like it's always has been like that, and it's logical. So no, I think those events play into the enormous jump in price level that we all expect.
In other news, the cryptocurrency market experienced a shocking plunge on December 9th, with over $2 billion in liquidations, marking the largest sell-off since 2021. This dramatic event left the broader digital currency ecosystem stunned. According to crypto analyst Ash Crypto, who provided insights on X, the sell-off was triggered by a sequence of events that began with selling pressure on Coinbase, where traders initiated heavy sales roughly an hour before the broader market collapse. This initial wave of selling created a chain reaction, as the market hit critical liquidation zones, triggering stop losses and amplifying the sell-off. The heightened activity drove funding fees and open interest, OI, to surge as traders took new positions in the already overheated market. Amid the chaos, Ethereum emerged as a focal point for buyers due to its relatively smaller drawdowns compared to Bitcoin, demonstrating its resilience. Meanwhile, Ripple, XRP, saw its price drop over 12% to $2.06, reflecting its thin liquidity and vulnerability to shocks. Other assets like Cardano, USDC, and FDUSD experienced significant boosts in trading volume as traders sought alternatives. The market has since recovered, with Bitcoin now trading above $97,600 per coin, up from $94,000 at the peak of the mayhem. The aftermath of the market sell-off elicited mixed reactions. While many lamented the liquidation carnage that devastated altcoins, others adopted a more optimistic outlook, viewing the event as a necessary step for the market to stabilize. Please share your thoughts on the recent market sell-off, as well as on Mark Yusko's and PlanB's predictions for the cryptocurrency industry. We always love to hear from our viewers and subscribers. If you've enjoyed this video and would like more content like this, show some love by smashing that like button. It's the easiest way to support the channel. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos. We appreciate the support and hope to see you in the next one.